Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Foghouse Firearms. My name is Joshua, and today I have a turkey shell video for you. As most of you know, Winchester has come out with a Longbeard TSS, which has been up and coming for some time now. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last year in my 2024 shot shell video. So for today, mostly what I'm going to be doing is facing last year's winner, the Apex TSS, up against the Winchester Longbeard TSS in 12 gauge. But let me go to the table and I'll break down everything that I'm going to be shooting for you today. All right, so today in 12 gauge, the two shells that I'm going to be shooting is the Apex 3-inch 2 1/4 ounce number 9 shot at 1190 feet per second. And surprisingly, the Winchester has more shot in it by 1/8 of an ounce. 3-inch 2 3/8 ounce number 9 shot, but at 1100 feet per second. So those two are the most exciting face-off that I'm going to do today, but I'm also going to do some 20 gauge. We're going to do the Apex TSS 3-inch 1 5/8 ounce number 9s, the Apex Greenleaf box 1 ounce of 10s, 5/8 ounce of number 9s, the Apex Ninja 1 5/8 ounce of 8.5 shot, and then also the Winchester Longbeard TSS 1 9/16 ounce of number 9 shot. I'm pretty excited about that. So in the 12 gauge, I'm going to be shooting my beloved Mossberg 935 with an Indian Creek choke on there. Also, I'm going to be shooting my Mossberg 940 JM Pro with a Jebs headhunter on there. And then for the 20 gauge, I'm going to be using a Mossberg SA-20 with just the factory choke. Also, a lot of you guys were disappointed last year because I used ordinary turkey targets. This year, I'm going to be shooting the True C targets by True Glow. It is going to get dark while I'm making this video, guys, but I will have everything listed at the bottom in the chapters. If you want to scroll around and see what shell you're wanting to see the results of, I will have everything listed, and I will have everything lit up as good as I possibly can. And I will be shooting at a measured 40 yards off of my bog pod. So stay tuned, and I am going to get to shooting. All right, so you can see the setup. Here I have zoomed in at 40 yards. On the right target, I'm going to shoot the Apex TSS, and the left target, the Winchester Longbeard TSS. Get back up here, and then you can see where I'll be shooting from. All right, let's do this. All right. Apex TSS on the right target. Fire in the hole. Felt solid. Felt very solid. All right. The Winchester Longbeard TSS on the left target. Fire in the hole. Very nice. Oh yes, and this is the Mossberg 935. I'm gonna go ahead and point her down like that. So she is safe. Now let's go check out the target. All right. So on this right target, this is the Apex TSS, and just as I suspected, it is absolutely devastating. That is absolutely devastating. All right. Winchester Longbeard TSS. Absolutely devastating. Man, you know what? This is going to probably come down to the numbers. I mean, of course it's going to come down to the numbers. Man, I do like the density of that pattern better on the Apex. But man, that is a lot of shot. All right, moving on. All right, guys, these next couple shots are going to be with my Mossberg 940 JM Pro with the Jebs choke tube. I just remembered that I have not patterned with this red dot yet, so I mean, this may be a complete waste right here. But anyways, the apex is going to be on the right target, fire in the hole. I would say that wasn't a waste, and dadgummit if it didn't fall apart. All right, so the left target is going to be the Winchester Longbeard TSS. Fire in the hole. Nice. All right, I'm going to come up there and check them out. That is not bad for mounting a red dot and not even sighting it in. Woo! Let me see. There we go. Yep, that is nice. If I had my rathers, I would have sighted it in and it would have been more of the pattern towards the right, but that's pretty awesome. And this other one, I will have to piece it together for counting, but you can see it is no slaps as well. Very nice. All right, that's gonna take, it's a good thing my boy likes puzzles. All right, guys, so now we're moving on to the 20 gauge. This is a Mossberg SA-20. On the right target, I'm going to be shooting the Apex Greenleaf. Fire in the hole. Ooh, ruffled some leaves up over there. All right, on the left target, I'm going to be shooting the Apex Ninja. Fire in the hole. All right, let's go check them out. All right. Very nice pattern. You know, I know a lot of guys that have switched to 20 gauge completely, and I can definitely see why. That gun is so much lighter, easier to carry in the woods, and that pattern should satisfy any hunter alive. All right, so that's the Apex Greenleaf right there, and then this is the Apex Ninja. Larger shot, less shot, but man, that is still a devastating group. Wonderful. That's awesome. All right, moving on. All right, guys, on this last round of shots, the right target through the Mossberg SA-20 is going the Apex TSS. Fire in the hole. All right, and the left target is going the Winchester Longbeard TSS. Fire in the hole. Schmackaroony. All right, I'm gonna go up here and check it out. All right, let's see here. On the right target, we have, surprise, another fantastic group, or a pattern. A group of shells, or a group of shot is a pattern. That is fantastic. I really, really like that. And the Winchester Longbeard TSS is also pretty fantastic. This is going to come down to the numbers. This is the next day, but I am also going to add this Tristar Viper G2 in 12 gauge 3-inch to the mix. It has a Sumtoy Customs choke tube in it. Alright, I'm popping in the Apex TSS shell and the Tristar Viper G2. And I am going to shoot at the right target, fire in the hole. All right, now the Longbeard TSS at the left target, fire in the hole. All right, let's go check them out. Oh yeah, man, it's so much easier to do this in the daytime. Very good pattern on this target. Very, very nice. That's the Apex, and then this is the Longbeard TSS. Very nice. Alrighty then. Alright guys, the shots have been made. I've done my part, I believe. Now it is time to get all the shots measured and counted up, and I will see you on the other side. Also, a quick little sidebar. This is the new Vortex Viper shotgun enclosed red dot sight. It is a very unique design in which the mount is built into the red dot itself. It comes with various screws, so as long as your shotgun is drilled and tapped, you should be able to mount it onto your shotgun. It is very nice. I really like it, and I am planning on using one this year to slay a turkey with. I am going to start with the 20 gauge shot. So in 4th place, and as you can see, I mean, it's a very dense pattern. I could have probably, I did the best I could. I feel like I got the best 10-inch pattern that I possibly could. I mean, it could vary a little bit one way or the other. But in 4th place for the 20 gauge is, through the Mossberg SA-20, the Winchester Longbeard TSS with 227 pellets. All right, so there's that. All right, so in 3rd place, through the Mossberg SA-20 is the, again, there's the pattern. Very good pattern. There's not a bad pattern in this whole bunch of shots, guys. So 3rd place is the Mossberg SA-20 with the Apex Ninja and 280 pellets. That's a significant jump from the Winchester. 227 pellets in a 10-inch circle. 280 pellets in a 10-inch circle. All right. And in 2nd place, with a fantastic pattern, is the Apex TSS, not really a surprise right here. 285 shots. So just a little bit better than the Apex Ninja. Very, very fantastic pattern. All right, and first place is the Apex Greenleaf. Oh, a little bit of wind, sorry. With 292 pellets in a 10-inch circle. And again, I mean, look at all the shot over here. Yeah, I probably could have moved the pattern over that way a little bit and probably broke 300. But either way, fantastic group. If you're going to go with a 20 gauge shotgun this year, I would recommend the Apex Greenleaf. Just a little bit better than the Apex TSS. Apex for the win. All right, so on to the 12 gauge targets. This is a very good pattern. Again, I could have, you know, maybe moved it one way or the other, got a little bit better, a little bit worse of a count. But in 6th place, which is last place, we have the Mossberg 940 with the Winchester Longbeard TSS at 358 shots from 40 yards in a 10-inch circle. Now this is with the Jebs choke tube, which the restriction is 660. All right, so there's the Longbeard TSS. Next up, in 5th place, I mean, this is pretty obviously a better pattern. We have the Tristar Viper G2 with the Longbeard TSS, 401 pellets. I'm not sure why the Tristar is so much better. Maybe it's, you know, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, so this is a Sumtoy Customs choke also on this. The Sumtoy might be a tighter restriction. I'm beginning to see that the Longbeard TSS seems to like a little bit tighter of a restriction maybe. I don't know. All right, so 6th place, 5th place, Longbeard TSS and the Mossberg 940, and then the Tristar Viper G2. All right. So in 4th place, making a little bit of a jump. Fantastic pattern. Check it out. I mean, that's amazing. Okay. We got the Tristar Viper G2 with Apex TSS, 407 pellets in this 10-inch circle, 40 yards. Fantastic. Again, Sumtoy Customs choke tube in that. 4th place with a Tristar Viper G2. 3rd place, we have another fantastic pattern. Mossberg 940 with an Apex TSS, 413 pellets in a 10-inch circle. That is our 3rd place contestant. All right. Number 2. The runner-up, the first loser. But it's still a fantastic winner. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Insane in the membrane. Check this out. Mossberg 935. Now this is running an Indian Creek Black Diamond choke tube. The restriction is 675. 477 pellets at 40 yards in a 10-inch circle. This blows my mind. Why would I even consider anything else? Holy crap. All right, so that's 2nd place, Mossberg 935, Indian Creek choke, Apex TSS, 477 pellets. You say, how could it get any better than that? But let me show you. Our 1st place contestant. It can't survive. Look at that. Check that out. Mossberg 935 with the Longbeard TSS by a barely beating out the Apex. 1st place. Indian Creek choke, Black Diamond, 675 constriction. Here are your number 1 and number 2 for 12 gauge, guys. until you bump up to the 3.5 inch pattern, which I could have done, yes, but I share shells with my son now, and he shoots the Tristar with a 3-inch chamber. So yes, I will be this year again using my Mossberg 935. I'm using the Apex because I switched over to Apex last year. Honestly, guys, check that out. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna break it down, guys. All right, guys, that is the results of the test. So the Winchester Longbeard TSS barely by a smidgen beat out the Apex TSS. That doesn't mean I'm going to change what I'm going to be shooting, which is the Apex TSS. I am pretty well stocked with that. My son is upgraded to a 12 gauge with a 3-inch chamber. So we're going to be continuing to share the Apex TSS that we already have. But this might help you make a decision. You might be able to save some money by going with a Winchester Longbeard TSS, and more power to you. I don't think it's a bad choice at all. There are a lot of options, guys. My Mossberg 935 shooting the Indian Creek Black Diamond choke tube is an awesome option, but your option might be something different. Yours might be a Remington 870 with a Rhino choke tube or a Goblin Thunder choke tube. The point is, get out there, try some different things. And I know there's a ton of shells too. Boss shot shells, Windy Hill, Rocky Ridge, Rogue, ton of options. If we only had one option, it would be a very boring world. So get out there, try some different things. Maybe this video helps you make some decisions. I'm going to continue to use Apex, but you know what? Maybe next year I'll be using the Longbeard TSS. Who knows? And next year, they might come out with something even greater. And I'll try that. And I'll put it on YouTube. And you can watch it and like it and share it and subscribe it. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I appreciate you more than you will know. And let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Have a good night. See you in the next one. If I was only going off of looks of the box, man, I think I'd go with Longbeard TSS. Look at that. That's awesome. But man, that looks so classic. Check that out. I guess it'll just be based on performance and availability and what I already have.